Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday again. Welcome. Welcome to Yeet. I'm Emily.
Nick. Jesse.
That's right. And we're here on this beautiful tax day.
Yes.
This cold day.
It is pretty cold.
It's nice out today.
Yeah. It's pretty nice.
I'm loving this weather.
I think it's freezing.
No, this is good weather. This is good weather.
So what did you guys do this weekend?
The playoffs in Emily Arena. I got to go to the first playoff game of the series.
Nice.
I love
We won, right?
Yeah, we did. And this made news last night. During the game, which is a good highlight, somebody actually got struck in the face with the puck.
I saw that.
What?
Yeah.
I did not see that.
Yeah, this lady.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So, yeah, and it's been 2 days and it just broke news. She says that I want them to put more nets on top of the stadium.
Yeah.
And
No nets.
yeah, and she said, I don't want money. And they didn't contact me on the day that it happened. They should have came to the hospital.
What about you, Jesse?
My weekend, well, my family was here this past week, and we did a lot of cool stuff. We went to Clearwater Beach, which was pretty fun, and went to this Hogan's Beach Shop that my brother-in-law wanted to go to, and Hulk Hogan owns it, and they have, like, all these, like, weird...
The mayor of Florida.
Yeah, all these, like, memorabilia to wrestling and everything like that. And we went to Wild, Florida. I don't know if you've ever been there.
No.
It's pretty cool. It's like a better version of Gatorland. Which, like, Gatorland isn't that great, but they have a lot of cool animals at this place. Like, they have zebras and wallabies, and we went on an airboat ride, which was my first airboat ride.
Nice.
Really?
Was it lit?
It was awesome. I had a lot of fun. And it was kind of hot out that day, but when you're on the water on an airboat, it's like...
Yeah.
It's awesome. So we saw a couple baby alligators out there, and it was fun. Yeah.
I had a big weekend. I started out on Friday and Saturday. I had 2 shows for Rocky, one at Villaggio and one in St. Pete, and it was crazy. Our St. Pete show, we had an audio issue, so I ended up performing without sound, and I had to redo it. We had to stop in the middle. It wasn't embarrassing because I've done it a zillion times, but it was just like, oh man. This sucks.
I bet.
And then, so yeah, that was Friday and Saturday, and that was fun. And Sunday, I went to the Blueberry Festival in Plant City.
Nice.
I went. It's at 𝘠𝘦𝘦𝘵, and I think they're doing it this upcoming weekend too, 21st and 22nd. But I went because Joey Fatone's food truck was there.
What?
Yeah, Joey Fatone.
Joey Fat One?
Yeah, Joey Fatone from NSYNC has a hot dog business called Fat Ones. Shout out to Evan for coming in late.
Yeah, Evan's walking in. That's all right. That's all right.
Every time.
Give him a pass.
Yeah. So I went to Joey Fatone's food truck, and I just really like his hot dogs. They're good. So shout out to Fat Ones. Hot dogs and Italian ice. I got the Chicago style.
Nice.
And then what was it? Yesterday I was shooting a baseball game for Neresa's class, and it was our HCC's baseball team versus St. Pete, and they had like a big party for all the alumni.
That's cool.
It was really cool. It was kind of a slow game, but there was a lot of action. It was a lot of fun.
Where were you, like, on the field for that game? Like,
we were shooting, so we were like right behind. We were all over the place. We were up like in the dugout box, and
cool.
we tried to do like a stand up behind home plate, and it was just really cool.
That's nice.
Yeah. So, how about you, Lady McLate? How was your weekend?
Lady
Me and Eric been hanging out. That's why.
You and Eric. Okay, the sign on his door says 10 o'clock, so every time you say that, he's not coming in late.
He's actually coming in right on time.
Then why is he always showing like 10:30?
Oh, true.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
If you haven't been listening, Emily likes Joey Fatone's hot dogs.
Yeah, I went to 𝘠𝘦𝘦𝘵 Blueberry Festival.
I saw it on your Instagram story. There's far too many tomatoes on that hot dog.
No, that was really pickly.
Wait, tomatoes on a hot dog?
Yeah, there were tomatoes, and they put like a ton of relish on it.
It was way too much stuff. I was like, oh, that's nasty.
Nah.
You're from Pennsylvania. That should be normal.
I don't even like hot dogs to begin with that much because I don't really know what's in a hot dog.
But it's they're NSYNC hot dogs.
So they're better.
Yeah, like by default.
That's true.
Anyway, what'd you do this weekend?
Absolutely nothing.
What?
Nothing?
No. For once in a while, I didn't do anything.
Boring.
Piano, like.
All right, well, Evan has nothing to say. We're going to go into our first music break. This is going to be Mary Jane by Rick James.
From Rick James.
I know. Oh, my God. But, yeah, you'll see why we're playing it coming up. So stay tuned to Yeet
It may
Deets.
increase your risk of bleeding if you take certain medicines.
I know.
You're a medicine commercial?
Alrighty, guys. I'm Nick over here, and I'm going to talk about 420.
Oh, God.
The reason why I'm talking about 420 is because this upcoming weekend is going to be 420. And
Friday, yeah.
And I'm... You guys excited?
No.
No.
I don't smoke. But go off.
And it was Hitler's birthday, too, by the way.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
like horrible
And
things.
the Columbine massacre.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
horrible things have happened on 420. I'm not excited
It's
about
worse
this.
than Friday the 13th, which was just last week.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I'm going to give you guys a couple facts about 420.
please indulge us.
It started off in 1971 at Marion County High School. A bunch of high schoolers came together and they met in a scientific lab, in a science lab.
Oh, God, those are the worst kinds.
Crap, that's a big freaking cookie.
Me and
You got
Jesse
one
have
too,
matching
Jesse?
cookies.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Nice.
I need a cookie.
Keep going, Nick.
Anyway, keep going, yeah.
I'm going to say they're getting the munchies already because of this holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
No.
two
just hungry.
students, David Reddick and Steve Cooper, wrote an article for the high school post, and the science teacher literally liked it and spread the word. And as you guys know, Cali was the first state to legalize marijuana too.
It wasn't Colorado?
No, Colorado came after California.
Oh.
And it was more like a high school, it became like a high school little play, like they made fun of it and they said, it's 420 and we're going to pretty much make a little school celebration out of it. Well, it became a tradition just for that high school for the next 10, 20 years or so. 420 didn't become widely spread until December 28th, 1990. And that's when it went, and the deadline to Oakland.
1228, blaze it.
Is
I never heard of that.
He's talking. Go off.
the same people, the same college kids who graduated and went to college pretty much started to spread awareness of it to a point where they actually did a community get-together on 420 at 4:20 p.m. and just started like a little street festival, if you could say that, for that time period.
It's pretty cool.
And that is literally how 420 became spread
And
out.
that started it all.
Yeah, that was it.
Have you guys seen that post that's like, in 2020, it's going to be 420 for an entire month?
Oh my God.
Yes, I would tell you guys to enjoy it, but 421, that's when they do the drug test. Jobs mainly do the drug testing the next day. So it's not like if you can actually smoke that you can't really smoke. But I'm gonna give you some facts about the actual marijuana plant that you guys didn't know. Beer and marijuana is actually in the same family because of the fact that the ingredients for both come from the same plant. And at the same time that 420 is an actual plant, you also need to know that there's over 315 natural earth chemicals in it. And that's where the TLC comes from, that gets into your brain and pretty much gives you those munchies when people say I'm high with munchies.
Well, they say it's better for you than cigarettes.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to smoke cigarettes, and, I was really unhealthy, but apparently if you smoke weed, you're...
It's from nature.
Well, it's nature, I guess, yeah.
And what's awesome too, guys?
Me.
Yeah.
Of course you're awesome.
She is.
Go off.
Did you guys know what actually made it illegal? Well,
No idea.
in 1952, it was because before 1952, nobody cared. It was widely smoked and widely out in the streets and stuff. What made it illegal is because during the Vietnam War and throughout the 1950s and 60s, people in the military got into the hands of it. And they found effects.
What else is there to do in the jungle? Think about it.
Not much.
Exactly. They were smoking it, and it, the boring vacuum cleaners, or what we call the boring people, they literally were not liking the fact that the military men were smoking. And
well, especially overseas, like they were into opium, which is more powerful than just.
And it was being absorbed rectally.
Yeah.
What? You never heard about that?
No.
You gotta do your Googles, Jesse.
We're all going to be Googling.
Never heard of that, but okay.
Well, they did studies. They took about 50 cases, like 50 military men or 50 men that were drafted, which, if you didn't know, Vietnam War was the last time the U.S. ever drafted anybody.
Yep.
They ended the drafts right after that. So even
And they better not bring it back either.
Oh, they're bringing it. They're bringing it back.
I tell you what, I'm gone.
Actually,
Canada.
Actually, it's against
Either that or I'm going to jail for ducking it.
Yep.
Actually, it's against the law now. They can't draft nobody no more. It's all volunteer now.
I'm sure
Trump does
if they wanted to, they could bring it back.
Because in 1972, they actually ended the drafts to where if war breaks out, you can't draft nobody that doesn't want to do it. So just to let y'all know.
On that note, heroin should be legal. So there we go.
Yeah, 50. That's the funny part. But like the reason why it became illegal is because they did a case study on 50 people that were drafted, and they found that marijuana makes you incohesive and makes you unreliable for dangerous situations, and that's when it became. I would agree with that. The country.
I mean, everything used to be legal. Heroin, cocaine in the 20s.
Yeah.
People were doing it all the time. It's totally
It's the
legal.
abuse.
Yeah. People abuse it and, they OD and...
Until like 2-3 years ago when California, Colorado, Washington, D.C., Maryland, and a few other states legalized it. And if you didn't know either, have you guys ever been in Cali or Colorado? No. Well, because
in my dreams. I have that.
And Florida, by the end of this year, Florida is actually supposed to have it fully legalized. The crime rates in those states went down by 20%. Their money revenue went up to a good percentage. Like their money exploded. Tourists and dispensaries and people made a lot of tax money off of it. And they have one of the best roads and the best festivals now, and they have enough money to reestablish all of the abandoned buildings and all of the rougher areas.
Just quick question before we go to break. What, like, the people who were arrested for having marijuana, like, in their car, like, getting pulled over for a ticket and having, what happens to them if they make it legal? What about all those people who, like serve jail time?
Pardoned?
Do they get like a check in the mail or like what? Like what happens?
Should get a check in the mail.
Because I know in
California they released those people.
Because I know like Polk County, like if you get pulled over with a little weed in your car, you're going to jail. Like
really?
Yeah, you're going to jail.
Shout
out to Eric for coming in late.
And Hillsborough County, because in Hillsborough County, if you have under 70 grams, they only give you a $50 ticket.
Ah.
So it's a lot different in town.
All right.
So yeah, and because of all of that, they also make a lot of money because they have vending machines in Colorado, like weed vending.
Oh, they're starting to tax it too, which is
They have festivals over there. They have parades and festivals and all that stuff over there to celebrate. Smoking. Oh, and they have buffet restaurants in California where they actually have restaurants like weed food and weed desserts.
Yeah, brownies.
Yeah.
Weed brownies.
Actually, they
Is
extended
that from The Mask?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure.
They
Anyway,
extended it into like mashed potatoes and
Gross.
all that other stuff.
Hmm.
So you can actually eat real food with weed mixed in it and get high off it.
okay. Okay, so we're going to go to another music break. This is No Grass Today by AJR, which is also a fitting song. It's about weed.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back to Yeet Deets. I'm Emily.
This is Mike Sinclair.
I'm John Cena.
Joy Fatone.
Oh my God. And so it's your girl, Emily, talking about Hunchback of Notre Dame. You know that movie?
That's the guy with the tumor in his back, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty big tumor to have on your back.
Hunchback. So it came out in 1996. We're talking about the Disney version, but there's obviously, it was probably a book first, and
Yes.
there's obviously a bunch of different versions. Versions. Actually, it is a book. It was by Victor Hugo, who wrote Les Mis. So when I watched it, like when I was younger, I didn't really like watch this one a lot, just because it's
Is this the animation one?
yeah, this is Disney. It was just so different from the rest of the Disney movies. Like it was more like theatrical, I felt like. Like the music was a lot better, and I
didn't
just
like it as a kid.
yeah, me neither. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Me neither. I
I've
didn't.
never seen it.
It didn't really appeal to me as a kid, but watching it like now as a teenager, adolescence, it's like I see more similarities to Les Mis.
What is lame is?
Les Mis is the musical, you know, and they both take place in like France.
Yeah, the French Revolution.
French Revolution. But Hunchback is not about the French Revolution. I don't know exactly when it takes place, but it's about Quasimodo, who's the hunchback, and he rings the bells of Notre Dame, which is the church there. And there's an evil priest named Claude Frollo, and he is arguably the best villain, Disney villain.
Wasn't Jason Alexander? I'm like just trying to think back. Like, wasn't Jason Alexander like a voice?
A gargoyle, yeah.
Of someone in that movie? Yeah.
They had to have comedic relief. Like, I feel like the gargoyles are so unnecessary. But yeah, I'm reading it right here. And it's part of the Disney Renaissance, and it's considered to be one of the darkest Disney movies. And
we need more dark Disney movies.
We do, honestly. But
If you want to see some dark Disney, go like back in like if you YouTube like back their cartoons from like the 30s.
Oh yeah,
They had a whole bunch of like racist cartoons.
There's like subliminal messages and like they're kind of racist. Yeah, definitely.
Those are the best kinds.
Especially the
What?
Holocaust.
I'm not a racist, but those are the best.
Well, Walt Disney they said was racist, so
Yeah, he was
They
like,
still got him frozen. I don't care what nobody says.
he was like
he was like a Nazi.
Nazi,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, he believed in some of the beliefs of the Nazi party.
I don't know.
Yeah, because the Donald Duck cartoon with him in the Holocaust.
Just because he makes it doesn't mean he believes it.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, because I don't know. I've researched that, and I feel like a bunch of people who knew him were like, no, he wasn't
Maybe that
like
was
that.
just he was making cartoons that went with the times. That's why Donald Duck was.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Nazi,
thinking. I feel like he's not a Nazi. Maybe he just like maybe that was like popular back then. Like,
I guess.
Hey,
you know?
they literally ended the Mickey Mouse cartoon for World War II and resumed it at the same exact spot 4 years later.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember learning about that in history.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hunchback of Notre Dame explores themes such as infanticide, lust, damnation, genocide, and sin.
Perfect.
Yep.
That just screams Disney, you know?
It really does.
And they made a sequel, I guess. You know what?
The sequel was better than the original.
I've seen the sequel, and you know what? I watched it in VR because that was the first thing I used. I have these VR goggles.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, it was just on YouTube, and it had like the split screen so you could watch it in VR, and I did, and it was pretty good.
The only thing I don't think I've ever watched Hunchback of Notre Dame, but I remember getting like when you would go to McDonald's as a child.
Happy Meal.
Yeah, it'd be like this little puppet you could stick your hand into and like.
This was before I was born, so I can't really.
I don't
Yeah.
ever remember. Jesse, you're a bit older than us. So
Yeah, I'm a bit older than you guys.
This came out in
you
'96.
got the hand puppet.
Yeah, I got a little hand puppet. Yeah, McDonald's toys used to be.
I remember that
the
commercial
best.
from YouTube because I used to look like old TV commercials,
Yeah.
so I know what you're talking about.
I'm old. It's okay.
It's all right. I was born in '96, so I was.
You're the same age as wait. Let's find out. Wait, what month were you born? Are you older than this movie?
I was born in December.
Okay, no, this movie is older than you. It came out June 21st.
Oh, just by 6 months. Barely 6 months.
So Tom Hulce is Quasimodo in this movie, and Demi Moore is Esmeralda, who is the gypsy and the love interest.
He's so slick, just walking right back into his office.
No, I got 7 years on this movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm an old man.
Oh my god. And Kevin Kline is Phoebus, and there's kind of like a love triangle in this. Like Captain Phoebus is the soldier, and he ends up with, spoiler alert, it's been like a zillion years, but spoiler alert, Phoebus ends up with Esmeralda, not Quasimodo. I mean,
sucks for the tumor guy.
I didn't mean Phoebus ends up with Quasimodo. I meant
Well, what
Esmeralda.
about Quasimodo? What love does he? He needs love too.
That's what the sequel's about.
Oh.
Yeah, no, in this one he doesn't find love, which I love. I have a thing for movies where it's like Beauty and the Beast, and then the ugly guy does not find love, I guess, because Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They said, "Hey, go in the basement. We're done with you."
Yeah, get out of here.
So the moral of the story is ugly people can't find love.
That's terrible.
That's the message we want to
Anyway,
display.
yeah.
Or
I
at
just
least if
wanna-
you have a big tumor on your back, you're not gonna find.
Big fat tumor.
I think it's kind of. I think they toned down, like for animation. I think they toned down because I mean, let me pull up a picture of like the
Did he have like a lazy eye
original.
too?
Yeah, he had like a black eye or something, and his teeth were messed up.
That's a triple whammy.
Really is.
But it has some good music. I'm gonna play one of my favorite songs.
I hated the music.
I'm not big into musicals.
Like I remember as
Why
a kid.
not?
I just don't. I don't know.
So, did you ever watch High School Musical?
Look at that.
No, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that's.
My brother just put on a play for his school, Into the Woods. I didn't
That's
see
a
the
good one. That's like I think that's Sondheim.
It was good. The kids were really good, but like I don't like musicals, so it's like I just
Okay,
kinda
I googled Quasimodo and a picture of Jack Black came up, like a regular picture of Jack Black.
Oh yeah, they're making it into a live action thing. So
Look, okay, this guy, you can't see it, but hang on.
Ugh.
Look at that.
It looked like. Oh man.
he has.
Never mind.
Ugh, it's the
His
cheekbones.
faces look like it's melting.
It's the look they were going for.
Oh my god. What else? This one. Look at that one.
Bro, like half his face is pregnant, bro. It's weird.
Oh my
I feel bad
Why his
for
nose
him.
extend to his eyebrow?
Put those pictures up on the
I am.
on the Twitter and
And the
Instagram. Yeah.
I will post these gross pictures of Quasimodo.
And by the way, you can follow us.
Yeah, by the way, follow
At
us
Yeet
at
Deets.
Yeet Deets on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you'll see these pictures of Quasimodo later. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about it because I feel like it's an underrated movie. I feel because it's the darkest, nobody really talks about it. There's no walk around characters at Disney for these characters, and I feel like Hunchback.
should be.
I know.
Should be.
Can you imagine like a Quasimodo like up on the castle like Sanctuary? And that'd be awesome.
But then again, we don't have Mushu from Mulan, and that was also another dark movie too.
I mean, Jesse died. Anyway, yeah, so give Hunchback more love. You know what I mean?
Yes.
More love.
Anyway,
It's not all about Disney princesses.
no. We need the ugly. Is he a prince? Is he considered?
No.
He's not royalty.
No.
No.
No, he's just a Disney bum. That's all he is.
But I think if they're gonna have like a character that walks around, like Magic Kingdom, don't put like a costume on him. Make it as
Make
real.
it a really ugly guy.
Make it as real as it can be. Yeah.
Wait, there's also Epcot, Animal Kingdom, MGM.
Put him in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Anyway, we'll be right back
I'll say Epcot.
with Yeet Deets. We'll be right back with Yeet Deets. I'm gonna play Out There from Hunchback. It's one of my favorites. So. Oh my God. Are you guys ready for this?
Do you
I'm
think
ready.
bald people shine their heads in the morning?
Yeah, I do actually.
How do you know that?
I don't know.
Maybe they spit shine.
Okay,
It's a
no,
chime.
listen. I'm gonna introduce Jesse's segment. Ready? Oh, it's an ad, of course.
That's what you wanted to tell.
Yeah.
Show us.
No, it's good. Wait for it.
All I do is set fire
So yeah, that was that.
So yeah, that was the Yodel Kid, and he's like an internet sensation, and he's
playing at Coachella,
playing all these festivals.
Opry.
Yeah, and I mean, I would have did that when I was a kid at Walmart. Like, that's crazy.
At Walmart, like at Walmart, not even like.
And he's like in the video. You can find the video on YouTube. He's like in full like
Cowboy
country outfit
Hank
gear.
Williams, yeah.
And that's an old Hank Williams song he was covering there, by the way.
The theme for the day is freaks. So.
Perfect.
So go off.
So yeah, speaking of a freak, no, I shouldn't say that. That's not nice.
No.
The new Andre the Giant documentary on HBO.
Now I feel bad. Now I feel bad.
We're all going to hell here,
Yeah.
so
Anyway,
it doesn't matter.
Continue. Go off.
So yeah, the Andre the Giant documentary. Do you guys have HBO or watch?
I do. I have HBO and Showtime now.
You should check it
I'm
out.
paying far too much for it too.
Yeah, it's about the same as what we were paying before.
This documentary, it's great. Like, even if you don't like wrestling, I feel like you'll like this documentary.
I like Andre the Giant. I liked him in Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
What else was he in? I don't know.
He was in a movie
Spice World?
in the 60s, actually, and he wasn't even a wrestler at the time. In France, he was in a French movie. But, yeah, he suffered from gigantism, and that meant that his organs were enlarging, you know.
Yeah, he was a big dude.
Big dude, some say 7'6", but it was
huge.
It was 7'4", apparently, to some people in the WWE company.
7'4".
7'4", and I think he was almost 500 pounds, like 480, something like that. It's all right if you know.
529.11.
Oh my God! But anyway, I really liked the documentary. I thought it focused a little too much on Hulk Hogan.
Ugh.
Because here we go, Hulk Hogan again. Because Andre the Giant really made Hulk Hogan's career to what it was in WrestleMania 3. If you ever watch old videos on YouTube, you can actually find the match. And
I'm probably not going to, but
you don't have to. But in that match, Andre the Giant was, I believe he was 40 years old, and he just had back surgery. And
What's he out there wrestling for?
he shouldn't have been wrestling, and his health was deteriorating. And it's actually a really sad story. From the start of the documentary, it's kind of sad. Like, his health was just going down, like, the more time went on. And he had knee surgeries, back surgeries, and it was just, I don't know, it was just really sad. Like,
if you want to cry, watch this documentary.
yeah, like this guy who spent like all the time with him at matches and traveled with him and stuff. He was like, he said how Andre died. He died in France, visiting his mother in France, and he just died alone in a hotel room.
He doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, and this guy was crying. He's like, you know, there's no crying in wrestling, but he started to cry. Like, he just felt so bad that Andre spent his last night, you know,
by himself,
and he died in bed, you know. But Andre the Giant, one of the great wrestlers of the 70s and 80s and even early 90s, and he took a lot of changes in his wrestling career. He went from face to heel. I don't know if you know what that means in wrestling terms. Face is a good guy, heel is a bad guy.
No.
Certain wrestling.
I was not sure.
I'm not a huge wrestling. I mean, I used to be, like, when I was a kid and stuff, but, you know. Who's your favorite wrestler? If you can think off the top of your head.
Oh, man. Probably Undertaker.
Undertaker? Yeah, I like
Jack Black.
Jack.
And Nacho Libre.
Oh, yeah.
The Rock. The Rock. Yeah, The Rock was pretty good.
Nacho Libre.
Slam.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Can you do Nacho Libre?
Nah, I never saw that movie.
Oh my God.
I still remember the commercials from like 2006, but I never saw it.
Oh, man. That's a great movie.
That's the best movie ever. It has religion. It has, like, Mexican cuisine.
Yeah. It's a really good movie.
Oh, man. Anyway.
But yeah, I used to be able to do an Andre the Giant impression. What's, like, a line that he said from Princess Bride? I'm trying to think.
I don't know.
He's like,
anybody want a peanut?
he said it like that, you know? So, yeah, he had a really, like, deep weird voice. Like, it almost like...
Can you do Billy Crystal's character?
No, I'm not doing Billy Crystal. I will not do Billy Crystal.
Why not?
I will not do him.
Billy Crystal has a great... Oh, my God. Anybody who could do a Billy Crystal impression is like...
They should call into this
marry
show.
me, please. If you could do a Billy Crystal impression, please propose on the spot.
But yeah, anyway,
Billy
really
Crystal, if you're listening, please marry me.
Isn't he like, he's almost 70 now or something?
Yeah, but he was hot when he was young. Like, Harry Met Sally era, he was pretty
I love
cute.
Throw Mama from the Train.
That's
like
a
my
good
favorite movie.
My mom made me watch it. We went off
Throw
on it.
Mama from the Train.
Yeah, Danny DeVito
Anything with Danny DeVito, I know.
and that old
He just
lady
looks
from the Goonies.
Yeah.
You see it? Get away from me!
Oh my God. Anyway,
But anyway,
we gotta shut up. We gotta shut up now.
Yeah, see, we just take it too far. But yes, Andre the Giant, great documentary. I encourage that you watch it. It's about an hour and 20 minutes, so definitely check it out on HBO.
I'm gonna try to find it online.
Yeah, that's where I watch it. So I don't have HBO. I have YouTube.
1, 2, 3 movies.
Another quick music break. This is "Leave It Up to Me" by.
And that's how life goes. You understand that, Jesse?
I get it, man.
Anyway,
what was I gonna say?
Evan's gonna talk
know.
about shrimp or something.
Oh,
Shrimping?
Well, before I get into my topic, I just want to explain my beef with shrimp and grits.
Oh,
That combination is nasty.
I never heard of it.
You've never heard of it?
I mean, I don't like grits.
What's wrong with grits? You too good for grits?
No, I never really had them growing up. Like, I'm a northerner, and we don't eat grits up there.
Oh, so the whole North is too good for grits, huh?
No.
I'm from New York and I grew up with grits.
Well, that's you, man.
How are you gonna claim being a northerner and not have grits?
I mean, I just never had them.
My beef with grits is why put shrimp in them? Oh, what the heck? These two are going at it like cats and dogs. What's wrong with them? I think
Mom and Dad are arguing.
We need to put a mic out there. Like,
mic'd up.
What you mad about?
Hey, what y'all pissed off about today?
Anyway, so I went to go out to eat on Saturday after our show, and
Some shrimp and grits?
No, I watched my friend Jason. You guys met Jason a couple episodes back.
Oh, yeah.
And my friend Tex, and they ordered like 38 shrimp poppers from this place, and they ate them all in one sitting.
Shrimp poppers?
Yeah, it's like deep fried shrimp and like jalapenos, and they ate like almost 40 of them between them both.
sounds like 20 and 20. You know.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Where was that at?
3 Coins Diner
I don't know where that's
in
at.
Tampa.
No more diners.
Shout out to 3 Coins.
Do not go to Poppin' Son's Diner unless you want to wait 2
Oh my
hours.
God, we
for
go
your
there
food.
all the time. Wait a minute. If you
My
go,
friend Noah calls it Poopin' Son.
if you
just
go
because
after
of how crappy the
if you go
service
after 2 a.m., it's alright.
No. After 2
Little do we
a.m. is
know.
when you don't get your food for 2 hours.
Little do we know, Emily has dysentery. Like, she slowly died.
Yeah.
She slowly died.
Dysentery infections. The waitress had a noticeable infection on her serving hand.
Anyway, what's your beef with? Oh, you're making me hungry.
Oh, I already talked about shrimp and grits. It's
Oh.
nasty. If you like it, you're nasty too.
I like shrimp, but I'm not a big fan of grits.
You ever been eating shrimp and be like, damn, I need some grits?
Never.
Freaking Bubba
Exactly.
Gump out here.
Never.
Anyway,
Can you do a Bubba Gump impression?
Shrimp tacos. Shrimp bananas.
it's too many shrimp
pancakes.
to name.
Yes.
But what was I going to talk about? Coachella passed this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my question before I get into that, would you guys pay Coachella prices?
No.
It was like
No.
$450 for
Absolutely
the early
not.
bird.
It probably smells like loud.
For early bird.
Absolutely
I would
not.
so go to Coachella. It looks fun.
No. For
That's
the
one thing.
Not for the Yodel kid. He played there.
I like it when you call me sweet daddy.
I still can't believe you going there. But the highlight of Coachella was let's see, Beyonce's performance.
Oh yeah, she reunited with Destiny's Child, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was
I woke up. I
Can
remember.
you pay my
I,
bills? Can you pay my telephone bill?
Oh my God.
she knows everything.
She
Yeah.
does it all.
Yes,
I went to sleep early. I woke up at like 3 a.m. and I went on Twitter. For some reason, Beyonce was trending, and I'm like, why is
Maybe
Beyonce
she died.
trending?
Beyonce didn't die.
I knew Beyonce's never gonna die, so I knew that was already off the
Queen
table.
bee.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's Coachella weekend, so let me see this. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Who are the other 2
performance.
members of Destiny's Child?
Yeah, I remember Destiny's Child.
Two other members.
Yeah, who are they?
Brand.
Kelly Rowland and somebody
Kelly-
else,
Kelly Rowland and that.
and another lady. I forgot her name.
It's
Kelly-
Beyonce twice.
Yeah. Two
Yeah.
Beyonces
Yeah.
and Kelly Rowland.
When I seen that, I was like, expletive. I can't say it, but basically,
Yeet.
it surprised me.
I mean, that's pretty cool because they were talking about getting back together like a few years ago. So you know,
and
it's
she
pretty
brought out Jay-Z, which also surprised me.
cool. Oh wow.
Ooh,
That whole
scandalous.
between, and I was really surprised with their backup dancers, like the choreography. Nobody missed a beat. It was actually pretty good. And she had like 4 wardrobe changes, and she came out flawless each time. But my only beef was the crowd was quiet. Like, they didn't deserve it.
They're probably all high.
Yeah, I told you.
They're probably.
But I heard Justin Bieber grab the guy's throat because this guy like hit this girl, and Justin Bieber like grabbed.
Oh, I thought you meant like he was just being Justin Bieber. But
No,
he was doing
he
it-
Justin Bieber's a thug. Y'all know that.
He
Yeah.
defended.
Good
this,
for Justin Bieber, I guess.
This woman's honor, apparently.
Baby,
so.
baby, baby.
Justin Bieber is
oh.
a T-U-G, a thug.
You ever see his basketball highlights?
He can't play basketball.
I don't follow
He
Justin
can
Bieber.
play basketball
I
about
haven't-
as good as he skateboards.
I haven't
pretty
followed
much.
Justin Bieber since like 5th grade, and even then I didn't really follow it. Like I was just trying to be cool.
Yes, you did. You followed
No,
him.
I
You were
didn't.
in his fan club.
Yeah,
and
7th
everything.
grade, it was going crazy.
When I was
So
in
you
5th
remember.
grade, I liked what did I like Invader Zim? Probably. I don't know.
Vader's him.
Yeah.
Yo, you know who's funny on that show? Grim. Not Grim.
Gurr.
Gurr. Yeah.
Grimm is billion. We're not gonna get into this again.
You know, when I was in 5th and 6th grade, I think it was 5th or 6th, I don't remember. You know what happened?
What?
What?
9/11.
Okay. On that note, I'm gonna go to a music break.
What do they got to do with it?
Here's the catch-up song on that note. Okay, guys. So, let's take a moment of reflection here real quick.
I don't want to.
We have to. So, today we talked about 420 with Nick. I talked about...
That was a great discussion.
It was.
Yes.
So, if you smoke, do it safely. If you don't, have a good April 20th.
Have a good.
Have a good. Have a day. Have a day. We talked about Hunchback of Notre Dame with me and how underrated it is. Because ugly people need love too. We talked about Andre the Giant with Jesse and his.
Briefly touch base on Eric's bald spot.
No, we didn't.
What? What are you talking about? That's not nice.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Anyway, the Andre the Giant
him about that.
documentary, and then we talked about like Coachella and shrimp and stuff with Evan.
Coachella and shrimp.
Perfect combination.
I know. What a good show. Anyway, if you're so inclined, follow us on Twitter
No.
and Instagram and Facebook at YeetDeets. And be sure to listen to previous episodes and this one included on hawkradio.primostream.com in a couple minutes. So, any final remarks before we get into Flock of Seagulls?
Flock of Seagulls is a great band. I'm just going to put that out there.
I know. I'm sorry I had to leave it till the end, but
Yeah, it's
I
not-
wanted to play the whole thing.
Not cool, man.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Not
It's better than Meatloaf.
Yes, it is.
It's my daily my
a lot
weekly
of things better than meatloaf.
my weekly Meatloaf include we have to mention him every week or else I die.
God, I can't talk about Meatloaf.
All right.
again.
On that note, we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Great.
On Jesus, you scared me. We'll see you next week on Yeet Deets. I'm Emily.
This is Mike.
This is Mickey Mouse.
Jesse.
Sure it is.
He said Mickey Mouse.
Couldn't think of a better name than Mickey Mouse.
know.
I'm done. I'm done.
We'll see you.
Mickey Mouse.